Black Myth Wukong is finally here, but instead of trying to cover this game, when I know many more reputable and credible people on YouTube will do so, I decided I want to talk about another quote-unquote monkey game that is also loosely based on Journey to the West, a Chinese mythological novel. It was written during the Ming Dynasty based on traditional folk tales. Consisting of about 100 chapters, this fantasy relates the adventures of a Tang dynasty, around 618 through 907, pre-Sanzang and his three disciples, Monkey, Pig, and Friar Sand, as they travel west in search of Buddhist Sutra. The game I'm referring to is the criminally underrated Enslaved Odyssey to the West from Ninja Theory. Initially pitched as a CGI film, Enslaved's development began after the teams had halted the development of a sequel to Heavenly Sword, another underrated PS3 game. The team decided to shift away from the wuxia theme in the novel to science fiction, as it was a genre many staff on the development team wanted to explore. As a result, mechs replaced demons and technology replaced magic. The game is set 150 years in the future post-apocalyptic world following a global war. Only remnants of humanity survive, along with the still active war machines left over from the conflict. The game's story follows Monkey, not an actual monkey, it's just a name locals gave him due to his climbing abilities, who was forced to escort a young woman, Trip, back home safely after they survive a ship crash, and she essentially enslaves him with a headband where he must follow her orders and protect her, because if she dies, he will too. The game, in essence, is a third-person action-adventure platformer. The platforming is actually quite fun, if not a little hand-holdy, but mirrors the likes of games like Uncharted. Monkey also gets this floating hover disc called the Cloud that can be used at certain points of the game where the area opens up more and for some boss fights. The same can't be said about the combat, however. The combat itself isn't exactly inspired using a two-button system of quick and heavy attacks because it unfortunately lacks many combos. Essentially, this means fights are kind of boring and a little bit repetitive. Monkey's staff also has two ammo types, however, damage and stun, that turn the game into like a third-person shooter as well. You have limited ammo, however, so killing enemies and picking up blue and orange ammo boxes restores it. Trip is kind of like Ashley from Resident Evil 4, where you have certain commands you can give her to hide or distract the enemy with a digital hologram of herself. Now, where this game shines is in the characters, story, and setting. Enslaved does a great job showcasing this unusual world ruled by destructive robots and the dystopian setting with almost no humans left alive. The art style is great for helping the game to age exceptionally well, where it still looks good even today if you wanted to pick it up and play. As for the characters, they are beautifully brought to life by Richard Ridings as Pigsley, Lindsay Shaw as Trip, an actress from my youth who I'm sure you all remember being in Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide, and of course, last but most certainly not least, the man, the myth, the legend, Andy Serkis himself as Monkey. Everything is mocapped to perfection, and the acting truly brings these characters to life, especially Monkey and Trip. Monkey is best known for being a loner. The majority of his life has been spent in the wilderness, surviving by using the resources available to him. Generally, he attempts to avoid people and confrontation, however. When put in a situation where he has to defend himself, he will do so with great skill. In contrast to Monkey, who relies on his survival skills and raw power, Trip is a 19-year-old who originated in more civilized areas. She comes from a wind farming community. In this community, the people are known for their expertise of reprogramming old technology. Trip is also extremely skilled at reprogramming, but regardless of these skills, she still can't survive alone and needs a bodyguard. By using Monkey's strength and combat skills, she has a chance to achieve freedom. Near the beginning, Trip hacks into a slave headband and places it on Monkey's head, forcing him to escort her back home or suffer a painful death. The story is a touching tale as Monkey and Trip's relationship slowly evolves from master and slave to something altogether different. It's also a love story. The relationship between Monkey and Trip evolves over time, and what starts with a master and slave ends with two people who care about each other. The bond may have started off rocky, as Monkey didn't have a lot of choice in the beginning by being bound to another person, but he slowly opens himself up, and through their adventures they grow close. There's a scene right before the final mission in the game that may be my favorite of all of them, but I don't want to spoil it. But the fact that it makes you think and care about their relationship is a testament to the game's writing, characters, and the incredible performance behind them. This is the game I feel everyone should pick up and play sometime. You won't be disappointed. And that, ladies and gentlemen, brings this video to a close. Once again, thank you so much for watching, liking, and commenting on my videos. I try to respond to as many as I can when I have the time to actually make these. I do enjoy doing so, and I hope even a small few of you enjoy them even a little bit. Thanks again for subscribing. Talk to you next time, and return to Monkey.